G'day everyone, this is Dean. Just bringing you a tripod review today. I've got the Explorer Expedition, which has just been released here in Australia, New Zealand and the USA. Now Explorer is a new brand, it's an Australian brand, and they've got a whole heap of product. This is a beautiful little travel tripod and I'm going to do a review on it today for you, so let's get started. Righto, let me run through the specs on the Explorer Expedition tripod for you. So Explorer are labelling this as their travel tripod. It comes in at 1.25 kilos or 44 ounces. Maximum height is 1280 millimeters or 50 inches. It's built from 10-layer carbon fibre. It'll support up to 16 kilos. It's got a removable leg that converts to a monopod. The legs are twist lock and they are 4-section. And also the spider head on it has 3 accessory ports, 2 1/4 inch and 1 3/8. So you obviously get a nice padded bag. It's really sturdy. There's also, an extra bit of room at the end, which is always very nice. You obviously get your tripod, but the other bits that you get, I'll just run through those with you. So you'll get this piece here, that's for when you convert the leg to the monopod. You also get your standard bag of Allen keys, and you'll also get a set of stainless steel spikes. So the feet on this tripod are removable and we can take the rubber feet out and we can put these stainless steel spikes in. Okay, so that's what's in the bag. Let's go through the design. Let's start at the top and work our way down. So the quick release plate on here is Arca Swiss. Okay, so that's great that it is Arca Swiss because that's an industry standard nowadays. It also means if you're running an L bracket on your camera, then it will suit this head. Now, we've got a ball head, 33mm ball. It's what I would call a 3-knob design, which is also sort of fairly standard. So I'll just go through the 3 different knobs for you. So on this side here, we've got 2. Okay, the bottom one is your panning. So that's the one that'll pan through 360 degrees. The next one up, that's the tension knob. So this one here is the actual tension knob that we would set for the actual ball to get it sort of nice and smooth. And there's numbers on there. I'll just show you those numbers. So it sort of goes from 0 up to about 9, I think. 0 through to 9. So you can sort of reference that as well. If you've got it set and say 6 is perfect for the weight of your camera, then it's nice and easy to keep an eye on that. This one here, that's the release knob that will loosen off the actual ball head. And I really like what they've done here. Traditionally, that would be a large round knob, but they've gone this elongated sort of shape. They've also hollowed it out in 2 sections, which will save a lot of weight. And I think that's just an easier knob to sort of lock and unlock. It's sort of very, very precise, and you can sort of feel the tension on it without having to over tension it, which is what can happen when you have that round knob. Now we've also got 2 little bubble levels. So there's one here when you're shooting in a horizontal mode, and then when you drop down into these notches, if you're shooting a vertical, we've got a bubble level here. So speaking of these notches, not only 1, but we get 2. So that's another great design and a great feature. So is that if you're not running an L bracket and you want to drop this into a vertical position to shoot a vertical image, then you've got the option of 2 different areas that you can do that. And then of course you can undo your panning knob to then sort of rotate that around. So if you wanted to shoot a panoramic. So that's a great little feature there as well. So coming down to the spider section through here, they've incorporated a really neat design here where on each section here we've got a threaded hole. So there's 2 1/4 inch holes and 1 3/8, And that's awesome if you're shooting video. Then you can put little magic arms coming off here and run lights or a monitor or a microphone. So that's a really great feature. Not many tripods sort of have that. Now with the legs themselves, we've got a locking mechanism here. So we simply pull that out, and that allows us to move the leg, and we can lock it in 3 different positions. And also one of the main features on this tripod is that there is no center column. So advantages and disadvantages there. Obviously the disadvantage is that with a center column you can have your tripod set up, and then you can lift your camera up and down to the desired height. So that is an advantage, but the big disadvantage in having a center column is that you lose a huge amount of stability. I like the decision that Explorer have made here to opt to not have a center column, and so as a little travel tripod this is going to be extremely stable. Okay, the other really nice feature on this is the rubber grip here. So most tripods they'll put a foam pad on here, but I really like the rubber. It feels sort of really solid and really secure, so that's a nice feature as well. Now we've got standard twist lock legs on this, so sort of all you need is a slight turn, quarter turn, and out they come, and then they lock again. So the legs are 4 section, and it is 10 layer carbon fiber. So the more layers, the more rigid and the more durable or sturdier the tripod will be. So there's certainly plenty of stiffness in these legs. They're fantastic. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we've also got removable rubber feet. So these just unscrew. And there's a really nice feature on this that I haven't seen on too many tripods, and that is that there is a little O-ring on that thread. And so what that will do is it'll stop any sand, salt, dirt, whatever, getting up into there. So again, that's just a nice little added feature there. So you can really see that Explorer have thought hard about the design on this. I'll just grab a spike out while we're talking about that. I'll just show you. It's pretty standard, but there is also a feature on this that I will just point out. So we just take that one out, and then the spike simply screws in. But you'll notice the spike has a hole in it. So the idea of that is that you take an Allen key, the supplied Allen key, just goes in there, and it just allows you to nip it up, so you can do the spike up nice and tight, and they're not going to fall out on you. Okay, that's the main features. The other big feature, of course, with this particular tripod is that this leg comes off and becomes a monopod. So again, fantastic if you're traveling and you wanted to shoot some sport or some particular event where you may have a large lens and you need the use of a monopod. You might be going out for the day, walking or hiking, and you feel that this is sufficient. So that's where you need this top plate here. And I also like the way that this is actually an extra part, and you don't have to pull the whole main tripod apart to make this work. So that simply screws in there. Okay, and once that is on, then now your camera can screw straight into there. Or the other thing you can do, and it's very easy, is, and I probably prefer to shoot this way with a monopod, is that the ball head simply comes off, and then it will now screw onto that thread, and you've now got yourself a nice monopod with a ball head on top. So generally I'm really not a fan of travel tripods. Any travel tripods that I've seen that have really spindly legs, and what they do is they'll make them extremely short, and they'll put a massive center column in it so that they can then say that you can shoot at a certain height. And 9 out of 10 of them are totally a total waste of time, because the other thing is that by the time you put a camera on it, there's just no stability. So as far as a travel tripod goes, I'd have to say this really is the best travel tripod I've ever seen, and I probably would actually use it as a travel tripod. Because I shoot professionally, I tend to always take larger tripods when I'm traveling. But if there was a scenario where, say, if I was on a family holiday and I wasn't going to shoot too much and I just wanted a nice lightweight tripod that was going to do the job when I needed it to do it, then this is absolutely perfect. The other thing I really like about it, and why I highly recommend it, is the build quality. They've really put a lot of thought into this, and they haven't scrimped, they haven't decided to make a budget tripod. And I think the price point is perfect. So these retail in Australia for $5.99 or in the US for $3.89. Yeah, and then the other really good thing with this is that Explorer are backing it with a 5-year warranty, so you've certainly got peace of mind there. So I highly recommend this as a travel tripod, or if you're shooting mirrorless and you've just got a small lightweight camera and you just want a small tripod, nothing too big, but something that is sturdy and going to do the job, then this is absolutely ideal. If you do have any questions, then just fire away below with a comment and I'll get straight back to you. Now, there's also a big brother to this tripod. It's the Expedition Pro, and so if you're looking for something a little bit bigger, and believe me, it's a beautiful tripod too. It's one that I've been using every day. So I'll put a link below for a review on that one as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.